watching the two of them.
Listen, I don't want any advice from you. I don't need it, and I don't appreciate it, and neither does Bob. So why don't you do us all a favor and stay out of it?
Hey, wait a minute. I'm concerned about you, too. You know something? You're the one who's going to finally be the hurt.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
It seems whenever I try to be honest about Susan, it ends up hurting you.
When you're not honest, you hurt us.
Okay. I hope what I'm about to say doesn't make matters worse.
Whether it does or not, I want to hear it.
From the first time I told you about Susan and me, you insisted that I wasn't being completely honest with my feelings for her. Well, I've had all these sessions with Matt, some with Susan, trying to deal with that.
And?
The sessions have brought up some things that I have tried to excuse or ignore. Matt asked me some tough questions, some that I didn't want to own up to. You've been right all along. It wasn't just circumstances that were responsible for that evening. I do have feelings for Susan.
That's so funny. I have been saying the same thing to you from the very beginning. And now, suddenly hearing you say that you agree with me. I guess part of me was hoping that I was wrong.
Being as honest as I know how to be. I realize what I want more than anything in the world is a life with you and our family, and I will deal with these feelings.
How are you going to do it? I mean, you see Susan every day. You work with her all the time.
I can do it. You see, living apart, I realize how much I've lost and how much I want a life with you.
You're going to have to turn your back on her, and that's going to hurt her. You going to be able to do that?
I'll make things right. Somehow. But I can't do it alone. I think that there are some things that you have to face up to as well. I take full responsibility for what I did. But I don't believe my feelings for Susan would have grown as they did if I hadn't felt so cut out of your life. All those months, last winter, you didn't need me. And at that time, Susan needed me very much. And that's when my feelings for her got out of hand. Can you understand that?
Well, you're right. There are some things that I'm going to have to work through with Matt. I really appreciate you being so honest. It hurts like hell. But it's the first time I felt we were making some progress.
Hey! Hiya, sport. You ready for our walk? Huh?
Mommy?
Yes, honey.
You know, it might not be a bad idea if you went with us.
Yeah, maybe I should do that. Okay?
Okay.
Can we continue this later, please?
I do have your best interests in mind.
Oh, really? You know how you can prove that to me? By staying out of this. I know how you feel about Kim. I also know that you and everybody else in Oakdale thinks Kim and Bob had the perfect marriage. Well, if they did, they wouldn't be in this situation, would they?
I'm sorry Rex is late.
I just can't wait any longer, and I don't want to postpone this meeting. I think that John will
Rex is
accept
not in his
sit
office.
Tell me about it. His secretary told me that he's gone out. He's outside the building. And I can't wait. I just suggested to Iva that maybe Dr. Dixon would sit in.
I don't know where Rex is. Can you take this meeting? She says that she can't wait.
Sure, sure. Let's get the news in person.
Hello, I would have spoken to you initially, but you were busy, and I didn't want to interrupt your business with Dr. Stewart.
Look, I understand this is about the Walsh grants. Now,
Yes.
I know that Kirk usually handles this all by himself, and since you're here, I assume
Well,
there are
actually,
great
Lucinda
changes.
hasn't filled me in on any of this, and since Rex isn't here, why don't we just postpone the meeting?
No need to postpone. Ambrose has drawn things up very clearly, I think. Iva, that's for John.
Yes.
I mean, John, I'm sorry. Dr. Dixon, it's for you. And that, you notice it's very clear on the left. This year, column 1, 91's proposals, and column 2.
They're much higher.
Well, I read the year's end report, so naturally they would be. Well, surely you didn't think that the small personal matter between us would make me abandon this great institution. Would you turn to page 22, please? I'm continuing with the funding for Dr. Stewart's research, assuming, of course, that you can get her to stay on. I hope that you do, because her research has brought honor to all of us. Now, any further questions, please speak to Kirk, because I'm late and I have to get back to the office.
Go figure. I'll be in my office.
Maybe she has changed.
I don't know. I think she's on to Lillian Holden. She's sending Holden to London.
No, I can't make Angel think a reconciliation is possible just to get her back here for the holidays.
I'm not asking you to do that. I don't expect you to live together as man and wife. I just want you to be kind to her. Make the holidays as pleasant as possible. If you just do that, I promise I will do everything I can and convince Angel that divorce is the best solution for everyone. It's going to be a difficult one for her, but if she's at home, she'll have me and her brothers to help her through it.
I don't want to create any false hopes for her, Henry.
Holden, we've got to get her back here. She needs the love and support of her family now, not a psychiatrist. She's making a terrible mistake, cutting herself off from the people who love her. Well, I will see you at Walsh later. You can give me your decision then.
Did you hear that?
And you're right. It would be wrong to convince Angel there's hope for reconciliation just to get her back here.
Yeah, but Henry's right about something, too. She should be back here with her family during the holidays.
Did you get the bacon? Hello? Who is this?
Who is this?
Classic. Very
Oh,
unique.
wow,
Very
this
you.
is incredible.
You and Kirk set a date?
Well, we're looking at April or May, possibly.
How many in your wedding party?
Well, there's Iva, she's the maid of honor, and Lily, Margot, and Meg are my bridesmaids, and then his children are going to be the flower girl and the ring bearer. These are incredible.
I'm glad you're going to include the children.
Well, we want them to be a part of our life, you know?
Planning on having kids of your own, Ellie?
Yeah, I want to have kids. But Kirk and I are working on our careers right now, you know?
Don't put it off too long. You can have a career and children. They'll only strengthen your marriage. Hello? Yes, can you hold on, please?
Gotta take this. Oh, great. Okay, I'm going back to work. I'll get back to you.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. I get it. Well, I just wanted to thank you for the Emily thing. Mm-hmm. Well, Paul's going to be in L.A. over the holidays. I just want you to keep her as busy as possible. Yes, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi. I just want to thank you for the beautiful silver tray. Carolyn loves it, and so do I.
I'm glad.
Listen, Barbara, I know you don't like me coming around here, but, well, I saw how upset you were last night when the subject of Rome came up.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I have something to say to you.
Well, Connor, are you following through on the proposals for Crawford's board of directors?
Well, I've been drafting up some ideas, but I'd like to go...
What did...
Last night when Carolyn brought the subject of Rome up. Primarily because Hal made such a point of me being there at the same time. But other than that, I enjoyed myself last night. It's the first time I've been around you with your wife. She's very lovely.
I'm a very lucky man.
And you obviously love her very much. Which is why I can only hope that you will give up this ludicrous suspicion about Jennifer.
I've always told you I would never tell anyone.
Anyway, I think things will be much easier between us now.
I hope so. You know, this past year has been very trying for me. When we came to Oakdale, I knew that Dr. Kozak may not be able to help Carolyn. You know, that night we spent together in Rome, well, it helped me a great deal. And I hope that this can be the start of a very special friendship.
To what do we owe this great honor?
Well, I was on the phone with Lucinda this morning, and you left without giving me a proper goodbye.
Ah. Could you do me a favor? Maybe you could persuade her to, I don't know, see Lucinda once in a while. That would mean a great deal to
Oh, well,
Lucinda.
I'm out of the advice business. I should fill you in on my new philosophy. I'm letting people take care of their problems, and I'm taking care of my own.
That's very good. That's really good. Well, you know, you've changed a lot since you took that cruise.
Hi.
Hi. We got the proposals from Lucinda, you know, for the new year. Walsh Enterprise grants. She's going to continue to support your research. Not only that, but she increased the budget by
20%.
20%.
You're kidding me. I thought she was going to deep six the whole program.
Listen, I'll tell you something. You still ought to talk with Dr. Franz. He might have a better deal for you. You know, his facilities may be... Excuse me, they're looking for me.
What is this about Dr. Franz? The position opened up again, and they still want me.
Oh, well, I hope you don't take it. I mean, it's a lot easier for me to raise money for the hospital with your... I'm surprised John isn't fighting for that, for your
frankly, so am I.
Hi.
Hi.
Excuse me, I have to get back to work.
Something wrong?
No, on the contrary, Lucinda has decided to continue my funding for the research. Would you like a cup of coffee?
No, I gotta make rounds.
Are you okay?
It's just Look, there's something you should know. I stopped by the house this morning and had a talk with Kim. I told her how I feel about you. You know, it's not easy talking to you about this.
Well, then don't.
Oh, hey, listen, don't take it that way. I'm walking a tightrope. I want to be truthful to Kim and to you, and I don't want anybody to get hurt.
I understand. The last thing I want to do is make things harder for you.
I know that. I just told her the truth. That I care about you. It wasn't easy for her, but she felt it was good that we could talk about it, honestly.
Well, I'm glad you told me this. Because I have a very important decision to make right now, and maybe this will help me to make the right one for a change.
Oh, well, hi. Somehow I thought you'd be at the studio taping.
I was. I just got finished. Is this a bad time to stop by and see those clothes you
This
thought
is
were
a
right?
great time. I pulled things for you. They're right over here. Take a
Okay.
look.
Ooh, another
Couple things. Oh, good. I looked at my calendar and saw that it's Sabrina's birthday today. Are you planning anything special?
No, Bob and I wanted to give her a birthday party, but she said she didn't want one.
Actually, I think it has to do with the fact that she's so uncomfortable with our situation. I mean, not that she said that, but...
How are things with you and Bob?
Oh. Well, we're at the point of trying to be completely honest with one another, and it's painful. I don't have to tell you about that.
No, you don't. I thought so much about how I kept the truth from Hal about Adam and how we could have avoided so much pain if only I'd been honest with him.
Well, at least you're all past that now.
You know, Kim, you've told me that Bob spent one night with Susan, and he's regretted it. You've had such a good marriage. Surely one mistake can't destroy all the love and trust between you.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? That is until you get into the middle of it. And then you begin to realize that even a single infidelity is such a betrayal. It can just destroy the trust that a marriage is built on, in the same way that an ongoing affair would. And how long will you be in Europe this time, Henry?
Well, it depends upon how things go and what... Barclay, what took you so long? Did you just get the message?
No, I've had a very busy morning, Dad.
You're going to have a busier afternoon. And you tell Bill to fuel the jet, and I want you to fly down here to Oakdale and meet the people at Walsh.
What for?
I'll explain that when you get here. You tell Bill that I'm going to go straight to London from here.
Dad, I don't think it's a very good idea for you to see Angel right now.
That's not really any of your business. Now, I'll expect you at the Lakeview in an hour.
I'll do my best.
That's all I've ever asked of you, son. I seldom get it.
Angel, thank goodness you're there. Dad's flying to London today. I don't know. And he wants me to come to Oakdale to meet the people at Walsh. Who knows? But he's never given me any responsibility before. He has to suspect. Yes, you're right. There's no way he could, but... I see. You're right. It could all work out perfectly this way.
Well, actually, I was hoping to talk to Ms. Walsh.
She's not in right now.
When do you expect her back?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure I can leave her a message.
No, that's all right. I'll try to reach her again before I leave. I suppose you know that your brother is flying to London.
Yes, I do know that he's flying to London. I also know that you made him a proposition. I don't know you, Henry, but if you love Angel as much as you say you do, then you should stop playing games with her and be straight with her.
I think I understand my daughter better than you do.
I think I understand her well enough to know that she is very unstable right now and very hurt.
Yeah, thanks to your brother Caleb. You know, she was a good girl. Till he got a hold of her, got pregnant, took her to that butcher, who destroyed her body and soul with his back alley abortion.
I am not going to defend what Caleb did.
You know, that's why I had hoped when Holden came into Angel's life, he'd be able to repair some of that damage his brother did. That's why I encouraged the marriage. That's why I still hope that they can get back.
Why would you want this marriage to continue, Henry? You knew it was wrong from the very beginning. You knew that.
Well, I can see that there's no point in continuing this discussion. Tell Lily I will try to reach her again before I leave.
Surprise.
How are you?
Fine, fine. You talked to Lucinda lately?
No.
Oh. Ivan, I had a meeting this morning about the Walsh Enterprise grants to the hospital. Would you believe she's increased them?
Yeah, I would, but I'm afraid it's just part of her plan to convince you she's changed.
Oh? Well, it would take more than a few grants. I'm really sorry that the problems that Lucinda and myself seem to be having are affecting your relationship with her. You know how important you are to her.
Well, John, I can't go into it, but that's not the only reason I've been avoiding her.
Would you like to have lunch?
I would, but I can't. M&A is crazy. In fact, I gotta get back right now. Take care.
Barbara.
Turn you down, huh?
Yep.
Come on, I'll buy you some lunch.
Oh, great.
I wanted to let you know, though, that I love the ads that Ellie set up for me.
Good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad we have one happy Ryan. Paul's miffed at me because I haven't had any time to send him to L.A.
Well, I don't think you should make any exceptions for Paul. He has to learn about the responsibility of being in business.
Yeah, but I hate being a Scrooge. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hi, Lily.
Hello.
Barbara, I hope there's nothing wrong with Jennifer.
No. I just came by to talk to Bob about setting up a date for the christening. Bob and Kim are his
Barbara.
godparents.
My secretary said you were looking for me.
Yeah, I am. I wanted to talk to you about nailing down a date for the christening, maybe some afternoon before Christmas.
Well, why don't you and Hal set it to your convenience, and I'll just work around it with my schedule.
Okay, great.
Excuse me, I'll make this fast.
Okay.
It's Dr. Hughes. No, put her on, please. Kim!
This
Your schedule for Jennifer Louise's christening.
Well, Barbara's right here, and I told her we'd work around her schedule. How was your morning?
Oh, given a lot of thought to our talk. I have an appointment with Matt.
Good.
I'm supposed to see him around 1 o'clock today. Is there any chance you could be there with me?
Well, sure, if you think it'll help.
I think it might. I'll let him know.
Okay. Listen, do you have any plans for lunch?
No.
Well, then why don't you meet me here, and we can have a talk before the appointment.
Well, fine. I'll be there around noon. Okay. Bye-bye.
Kim? Yes. Hi, I left messages for all the guests that you want on the show, you know, for the Lombard case.
Mm-hmm.
And the DA secretary says she's sure he'll agree to do it.
Oh, that's just terrific. Now, if Jessica and Jason will come, it will be perfect.
Well, is there anyone else you want me to contact?
No, not for that show. Do you know something? I've been toying with the idea of throwing a party for the cast and the crew, you know, after the holidays.
Yeah?
And I was thinking maybe we should invite everybody who's been on the show for the past year. What do you think? Put together a guest list and see what we're talking about?
Great.
Jeffrey,
My secretary said you were looking for me.
you bet. I wanted to thank you for these beautiful roses and the thoughtful card. Thank you so much.
I meant every word. I'm very proud to be associated with Patterns. But I have to admit, I had an ulterior motive.
Oh?
I had a meeting with one of your colleagues yesterday. I'm afraid she took some suggestions I made about her show as criticisms. She's offered a resignation. Now, I know you have a family. I know you have a lot of demands on your time, but I was hoping I could talk you into taking over Heart of the City.
What?
Yeah, well, just until I can find a replacement for Blythe Nelson.
Well, that's very flattering. I really think you should check with Tony O'Reyes.
I already have. He loved the idea. And if you don't have any plans, then perhaps we could discuss this over lunch.
Well, Ambrose, my darling, I think that Dr. Dixon was genuinely surprised and pleased at my increases in grants. No, he didn't show it, but never mind. Anyway, it's the season to be jolly. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. Who knows what may happen? And thank you for your wise counsel, old friend.
Do I detect a note of hope?
Isn't there always hope?
You really ought to take Ambrose's advice more often. Lord knows you pay him well enough for it.
Speaking of paying through the nose, you got stock options out of me. When are you going to start earning them?
What do you want? We got a leg up on DeWitt.
Oh, stop that. Don't give me that. DeWitt is Connor's baby. Your baby is Kruger Industries. I want you to deliver yourself of your baby. I want him here before he can re-sign with Montgomery.
Don't worry, I'm on top of it. You sure you want to go through with it?
Yes, I am. Why wouldn't I be?
Well, some might say that stealing the top client of M&A is not the best way back to Lily's heart.
You think the way to my daughter's heart is through a business deal? You know, you want to help me with Lily. You could, so easily. You're at the farm all the time. You could talk to her in a brotherly or an avuncular way. You could discuss, use your influence to stop this mad infatuation with Holden.
Holden?
Oh, come on. Do you think I'm nuts? You think I have no brains up here? Anyway, Duke and Bianca both saw Holden. Saw them together. They were reported together in her apartment. The boy's no good for her. He's not good for her. Yeah. No. I'll do it. I'm rushing there. Slowly.
Olivia?
Yes. Now, she and Nina are at loggerheads. Come on. Come with me.
No.
Come on.
I think this calls for a woman's intuition. Lily, Kirk.
Hi, I got your message.
Okay, I've got the names for you. But remember, if Lucinda finds out about this, my head is on the block, all right?
I will not say a word. And I appreciate this, Kurt.
Well, I'm only doing it because you bribed me, and I'm expecting a lot more time with Ellie, all right? Now, of all the executives I interviewed in New York, there were two who really stood out. Ted Bronson is one, and Bruce Platt is the other. And you can find them through ExecuSearch Agency, West 57th Street in New York.
Bachelor auction?
Yeah, sure. It's a great idea. What you do is you sell the tickets to some fancy affair and then...
Oh, really? Good. By the way, I got a room at the executive club, so I'm going to be moving out of Duke's.
Oh, he's going to miss having you around.
Yeah. Miss having a live-in chaperone. You said it. Listen, what I'll miss are the late-night talks, the coffee, the meals. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'll miss that, too. You've been very helpful, especially when Chris was sick.
Call me anytime you want. And have a good lunch with Bob.
Thank you.
Emily, I thought you could spare a few days at Christmas. Does Paul know? Huh, boy. Well, I might be coming out to L.A. Dr. Franz called again, and they've offered me that position at the university. Well, I think it would be the best solution for everybody. Oh, golly, listen, Kim just walked in. Don't hang up. Great. All right, I'll see you. Bye.
Well, Susan, I understand from John you've changed your mind about leaving Memorial again?
I haven't made any decision about that yet.
Good. Before you make your final decision, I think you should realize that I have every intention of doing everything in my power to rebuild my marriage and to restore the trust between Bob and me. Now, I know what you are up to. And, Susan, I'm not going to make it easy for you. Hi. Ready to leave?
I'm afraid these notes...
To us.
Well, Connor worked so hard on her presentation, I thought the least I could do would be give her a little more input.
Well, I know that she can flesh out her proposals for your board of directors before you leave for Des Moines.
Well, I'm not sure when I'm going. I don't want to put too much pressure on Connor.
Oh, don't worry about Connor. She's the first in and last to leave.
Because I love my work.
That's it. That's it. I know where I've seen you before.
I hate that, Lucinda.
Trust him any more than I trust Lucinda. Just wish I knew why he came here looking for you.
Well, I don't know, but Ellie said he's going to come back, so... I hope everything works well with Angel.
Well, maybe if everything works out like I hope it will, we'll be able to celebrate something very special this Christmas. Sure you don't want to come to the airport with me?
I better not. You know, people might see us together.
I promise you, it won't be long. We'll never have to hide our feelings for each other after this. I'll call you from the plane.
Okay.
Be careful while I'm away. You're very precious to me. Excuse me.